Alright guys, I'm back here and today I am so excited because I'm here reviewing Lego set 10354, The Lord of the Rings, The Shire. This set is 18 plus, contains 2017 pieces, 9 minifigures, and it released on the 2nd of April 2025 for Insiders members, or the 4th of April 2025 for non-insider members, for the general public. And of course it is yet to be retired, it has literally just come out, just literally like last week. And it originally retailed for $229.99 in the UK and $269.99 in Europe and $269.99 in the US. And I am just beyond excited to get this. I said in the reveal video that I did of this set when Lego revealed it that I was going to get it straight away, and that is exactly what I did because it looks so good. The box is smaller than I thought it would be. It is smaller than I thought it would be. But the set is one of the smaller Lord of the Rings ones they have done in recent years. Obviously, Rivendell was probably the biggest, and then Barad-dûr was probably the second biggest. Now this is the third biggest, if you will, but it is the smallest. But I love it. This is, of course, under the Lego Icons theme, but it is obviously a Lord of the Rings set. You can just see from the box here that it just looks incredible, and it is exactly that. It's just awesome. It has so many references to the film, The Fellowship of the Ring. It just looks great. If I just turn the box around, you will see that I have actually already built this set. I couldn't wait. I usually do this and film this initial part, and then I go away and build it. I couldn't wait. I had to build the set straight away. So I have opened the box, and if I just turn the box around, you can see on the back there is a bunch of references to the film that are included in the set. You've got Frodo throwing, the letter into the fire pit, which will show you the ring. You've got Gandalf and Bilbo having a meeting, Bilbo disappearing at the party. It's just so cool, the stuff you can do with this set. I think it's just awesome. But I want to get straight into the review because I am just so excited to talk about this set. Okay, so beginning with the minifigures here, I'm going to start off with Rosie, who, if I'm honest with you, I can't particularly say I remember all too well from the film. She is probably a very much minor character who's very rarely in it, but nonetheless, she has a minifigure, which is great. I really like the minifigure. I like the skirt piece combined with the hobbit legs. That's really cool that they did that. I didn't know if the skirt piece would sort of be too big for that. And the torso looks great. Very obviously fantasy. The coloring is also really nice. I love the sort of light blue mixed with sort of the darker navy. I think that works really well. And her face looks awesome. Her face is so cheery. It's so hobbit. I love it. The hair is really wavy. The hair works really well. And if I turn her around, you can see that she does have a second facial expression as well. She has that sort of more muted facial expression, sort of just happy, just go lucky. And then she does have the back torso printing as well. You can sort of see the corset tied up there as well. But yeah, nothing too crazy for this minifigure, but yeah, fairly good. Moving on to Mr. Proudfoot, I believe it is. Farmer Proudfoot. Again, he looks great for a hobbit. I think this is a brand new torso for a minifigure. I love the plaid sort of there. The plaid looks really awesome. Again, very fancy, very hobbit, very Lord of the Rings, which is great. I like the hobbit legs, of course. They're the usual for the hobbit legs now. I wish we kind of did get the ones that you could move, but I guess because they're meant to be really small, they can't do that, which is fine. The face looks great. He's got that sort of dark grey sort of eyebrows, which I think looks awesome, and then he's sort of got the sort of tension in the face there. And as well, he's used pretty much the same sort of hobbit hair they use for a lot of them. But the colour is great. And if I do turn him around as well, he's got that plaid just again on the back. And then he does have another facial expression, which isn't too happy. I guess maybe Frodo has been at his onions or whatever for that facial expression there. And he does also come with an accessory. He comes with, if that wants to go on properly, he comes with a broom. So he comes with his own little broom that you can use as well, just like that, and that can just pop onto his hand for him to sort of, there you go. You can have him sort of doing up his farm like so. Up next, we have Mrs. Proudfoot, who, again, looks great. She has a different skirt to Rosie. She has less of a wavy skirt, more of a lot of sort of long, dressy skirt, which I really like. That we've got that. I don't know if that's brand new. I need to check that. I'm not sure. The torso looks great. The green, sort of the olive green, looks great with the sort of cream. I think that goes really well. And there is a little bit of detail up the top here. Her face is very funny. I love that face. She's not very happy either. She does have a second facial expression as well, which I'll show you in a second. And I love the hairpiece as well. This one's very unique for sort of the hobbits, and I love the waviness at the back. If you can see, there's the waviness at the back as well. And if I just turn the headpiece around, you can see she does actually have a nicer facial expression where she is a bit more happy. And then the torso printing just continues on the back as well. And she does come with her own accessory as well. She comes with her own turnip, of course. She is the wife of Mr. Farmer Proudfoot, so she comes with her own turnip that you can just pop on there like so. It's a very large turnip, I must say. Up next, we have Meriadoc Brandybuck, more commonly known as Merry, of course, and he looks just awesome as well. He's got that sort of orangey yellow sort of torso with, again, the sort of the plaid and the buttons. I think that looks great, and sort of the collar, I love it. I think it looks awesome. He's got this cool little face here. I really like that, sort of where he's sort of smirking almost, and I love the hair. The hair works really well. If I turn him around, you can see that is just continued on the back. Not too much, but that is more detailed than you'd expect, I guess. And if I just turn him around, you can see he has this alternate facial expression. And that is because, and I will get into this later in the set, but that is because he and Pippin come with 2 extra hair pieces, which are these sort of light grey, sort of wacky wild hair. And that is because when they are at the fireworks, they sort of there is the opportunity for the fireworks to be blown up, and I think that is so cool. So you can have him there with that facial expression. That is so awesome that Lego included that. Like, that is a really cool touch. I love that so much. If I just put his hairpiece back on, his regular hairpiece on for now, he also comes with an accessory. He comes with an apple. So he comes with a simple little apple, very Hobbit-esque, and that does just pop onto his hand like so. And there he is, holding his apple like that. And here is Peregrine Took, aka Pippin, who obviously is sort of a duo with Merry, and he looks great as well. He's got that sort of green sort of waistcoat underneath with the white sort of shirt, and I think he looks awesome. I love the little swirls like on the waistcoat. I think they look really cool. They look very sort of Lord of the Rings-esque, and he's got that really happy-go-lucky face as well. And the hair looks great as well. I love the waviness that all the Hobbits get in their hair, because it is just a very key feature of the Hobbits. And there's the back torso as well, as you can see. And if I just take him off, you will see he also has his own facial expression for the fireworks, where you can put his hairpiece on as well, which I'll show you all later on into the set. But yeah, he looks great, and he doesn't come with his own accessory as such in this set, but I think he looks like a great minifigure. Up next, we have Samwise Gamgee, and again, he looks great. The hair is so good. It's that really like ginger. I love that. He's got great sort of his colouring continues all the way down. I really like that, and the detailing as well on his waistcoat looks awesome. And what I love is that each of these torsos are all different. None of them are the same. They've not used the same torso. They've not used even the same design on the torso. Each torso is different and unique to the character, which is really cool. And I love this facial expression, sort of with the eyebrow raised there for Sam. And then if I just turn him around, you can see there isn't much detail on the back of his torso, to be honest. Like they've really not gone out on that. But then he does also have sort of a stern facial expression, maybe a more scared facial expression. And he does come with his own accessory as well. He comes with, if I just put that back, he comes with a pair of scissors. So of course he is sort of secretly farming. While he's farming, he's secretly listening into Frodo's sort of business with Bilbo, and there he is with his scissors. Up next, we have Frodo Baggins, and he as well looks awesome. The detailing on his waistcoat is a bit extra, which I really love. He has got that real different swirls there. It's so unique, and it's not the same on either side, which I think is really cool that they've done that. It's different on both sides. It's awesome. It just looks great. And I love that it's kind of coloured with the it's sort of got that gold sort of colour, then with the red and the blue at the bottom as well, and the buttons. I think that looks awesome. His facial expression is so cool. I love that facial expression there. Even the little gap in the tooth looks awesome. I think I love that facial expression. The hair is, as always, great. If I just turn him around, that detail continues onto the back torso. Just look how incredible that is. All the little lines and squiggles, just so fantasy, so Lord of the Rings. I love it. And he does have a second facial expression, which is a more muted facial expression, just him being happy. But yeah, he looks awesome. This is one of my favourite minifigures, probably from this set. And up next we have Bilbo Baggins, who as well looks great. He's got those different blends of colours which just look incredible. He's got the dark red, then the sort of green, the dark green, and then look at this. You've got the sort of the orange and reds combining to create just under that waistcoat, which is so awesome. I think it looks incredible. You've even got the light sort of green and the gold up the top here, which just look incredible. He looks great, and he is also an exclusive. Every single minifigure in this set is an exclusive minifigure, which is crazy that LEGO are able to do this every year with Lord of the Rings sets. Every minifigure in each set has been exclusive. I think that's awesome. Like, that's incredible. They're all unique. And I love his facial expression here as well. Like, I love that. I think he looks awesome. The hair is, I think it works well for him. It's the hair they use for a lot of old guys, if I'm honest. Like, they'll use that probably for Abe Lincoln, and I'm sure I've seen it somewhere else. But it does work well for him. I like the light grey, and again, the flowiness. It still has the flowiness that a Hobbit hair has. The printing does continue onto the back torso as well, if you just see there. And he does have a second facial expression, which is a more sort of a smirky facial expression, actually. You can see there he's sort of more smirking. And of course, he does come with an accessory, and you guessed it, it is the One Ring. He comes with the One Ring, which is awesome. Which is like an actual gold ring, as you can see there, and it does just go onto his hand really simply, like so that you can have Bilbo there with the One Ring showing off. And for our final minifigure here, we have Gandalf the Grey, and this is again an awesome minifigure. It is exclusive, but only because of the face piece. This has all been used before, sort of the body and the torso has all been used before, which I'm not too bothered about because I think it looks good anyway. I think it looks just like him, so it's fine. Of course, we've got the grey beard, the sort of wizard hat as well. If I do just take this off to show you the headpiece as well, as you can see, there is the headpiece. So he's got that sort of grey beard now. He's got the sort of the different shades of grey as well, and he's really got the sort of the tension in the face. I really love that LEGO have updated his face. I think that's really awesome to do. Of course, he comes with his cape. He doesn't have a second facial expression, but if I lift up his cape, you can see as well the detail is continued onto the back. What he does come with, though, is he comes with his he comes with a hairpiece that you can use. You can have him with his hairpiece there instead of the hat, so you can have him with his long hair coming in. And he does also come with an accessory, which is of course Gandalf's staff. He comes with his staff, which just goes onto the hand like so, and there he can be with his staff or his stick, whatever you want to call it. And he's a great minifigure as well. I really love that. I did also want to show that you do actually get additional pieces for some of the minifigures. So for Gandalf, you do actually get his legs sort of on a piece here. So this will be for when he sits down on the horse, which I'll show later into the set. But that is really awesome that you get that. And then you do also get two of these, but I'm just going to show one of each, of the Hobbit legs. You get the buildable Hobbit legs sort of for when Frodo or Bilbo is sat down. One is for Frodo, one is for Bilbo. And for when they're sat down, you can put these and they sort of look like the legs are sitting down, if you see sort of the vision. But yeah, I just wanted to show that you get those. As for the set itself, here it is in its entirety, and I mean, it's incredible. It just looks so good. It looks so good. Sorry, I'm just beyond excited about this set. It looks incredible. When you have it displayed, it's one of my favorite sets I think I've ever displayed, along with Rivendell. These Lord of the Rings sets we're getting are so awesome. Like, I actually cannot describe how good these sets are. So I am going to take a look at the set in sections, as it is quite a big set. And then we will look at it again as a whole and just how it all comes together and just looks amazing. Here is the Hobbit hole, Bilbo's Hobbit hole in its entirety. So let's begin with this part, because this part is the main part of the set. Then there's a little additional parts. And I have so much I want to say about this. Just looking at it like this is just such it's such a fever dream we have this in LEGO. And I think from the official announcement, obviously there were leaks, but the official announcement to the release, it was such a short time that I didn't really get time to digest this and how incredible it really is. And even now, just sitting here, I'm sort of digesting how incredible it is. I've had it on display for like a day. It's just like, it's one of my favorite sets. It's beyond incredible. Like, it's one of my favorite sets, like Riverdale. I think Rivendell, not Riverdale. Oh God, don't wanna. not Riverdale. That is a horrible show. Anyway, it just looks incredible, and this does come in 3 sections. So this part itself comes in 3 sections, but I wanted to do it all in one, just because I think this in separate sections it doesn't look as great. It's not. This is majestic. This is incredible. I just wanted to go through this really quick, as there is just so much to unpack here. So as you can see here, we have the fencing part, which I wanted to go through first, and I'm actually just going to take this part off, as this part, I will get to that in a second. Let me just tell you, I have actually had to rebuild this part, because I did drop it when I initially built this set, and when I went to put it up on my display, I dropped it, and I didn't realize how flimsy it is. This part, really not flimsy. This part sticks really well, but I will get into that. Anyway, here is the fencing of the set, and I just want to look at how incredible that is. I mean, like, I love the difference, like, even the small differences. So you use the darker sort of shade of stud there, and you use the lighter shade, just creating that different color. I mean, the colors here as well, the sort of the dirt mixed with the, I love this sort of lighter sort of brown for the dirt mixed with the green. And the no admittance fence is so cool as well, and you can actually just push that in and out, and then you've got the 2 large sunflowers. The large sunflowers as well are just a really, really cool design. I mean, going across here, you've got the letterbox, you have the little cabbages, the pumpkins. It just looks incredible. Even the little bench, the bench is so cool. You can have Bilbo sitting on there. It just looks awesome. The flowers here, the different shades of purple and lilac, and sort of the greenery going up here, the ferns going up here, and they've used the Wolverine hands as well, the Wolverine sort of claws, to create those sort of green ferns there, which I think is a really awesome way of doing that. I mean, using the Wolverine claws there just looks incredible. And then of course you've got the Hobbit door, you've got this sort of new print just here as well, the new print just around here, which just looks incredible. You've got this little light. There is just so much to go through. I mean, even the cobbles, like, I love the cobbles. There's no set way of these cobbles, in the sense that there's no like it's just all completely random, but it looks so complete. And I think that's what's really special about this set. I mean, even the cobbles going up the stairs, they've made the stairs, and it just looks incredible. The windows are so cool. I don't know if this is a new piece. I don't think it's a new piece, but the windows are so cool. They've used sort of this greater piece to create the rounded windows, and the actual house to the door. The door to the house, not the house to the door, it just looks incredible, and you can actually move that in and out, which is so awesome. I love it so much. I think it looks incredible. If I just turn it around as well, you can see here that you've got the little white flowers, just the little greenery placed around, and the sort of the levels to the house as well. I don't think I really realized when I saw the pictures, the levels to the house sort of really gives it that sort of hilltop vibe, which of course Bilbo lives on. I think it just looks perfect. Even like here, just having a different level here compared to here, it just creates that sort of really hilltop vibe. I love the rounded windows. I think they look incredible. If I just put that down like that, yeah, I'm gonna make that even. There we go. I think they look incredible. And this is just the front of the house. This is just the front of the house as well. And if we look here at the top of the house as well, it also looks incredible. I mean, you've got, again, shrubbery on here. You've got a whole tree on top here. You've got the chimney, and this is just one of many chimneys. I mean, it just looks insane. You've got a whole tree on here. It just is incredible. I love the tree, sort of the shape of it. This one's so sort of, I love, like, even the trunk has just different bits at the bottom there. You can see the trunk is just different at the bottom here, just creating different shaping, and I just think that works so well. There is a stud for you to put sort of a character there as well. The leaves, sort of the ferns on the leaves, just add that bit as well. I mean, you can just see here sort of the extent of the tree just going round, like the branches are different each side. It is incredible. It looks great. There is some replicated parts, but that doesn't really bother me. You've got a branch coming out on the back here as well, and then you've just got I just love it. I think this set is just incredible in so many ways. But yeah, it just looks insane. I mean, even from above, this set just looks incredible. But let's get that second part of the set attached as well. So here is that second part of the set. It actually, as I said, does come in 3 parts, I just want to point out. But this part comes off a lot easier, which is good in some senses and bad in others. As I said, I did drop it. But again, this part as well just looks incredible. Like the stuff they've added here just is insane. If I just take it off so we can take a better look as well at this part. I mean, we've got sort of the shrubbery here. And I love this shrubbery. This looks great. You can sort of have Samwise dealing with this shrubbery, sort of cutting it. Then you have the sort of the stark difference of these shrubberies, which they've used the darker pieces, but somehow look, they fit, they work, and these can move around. Both of these can move around, which I really like. I don't know if they're meant to, but I like it. Again, you've got the cobble just coming up here, and again, there is no set way of this cobble. It's all completely different. They've even used the Wolverine claw in green as well here, and this sort of Japanese-esque, I don't want to say Japanese-esque, but they've sort of used the Japanese sort of umbrella piece. Probably, I would say this is from Ninjago, I can't be sure if that's correct, just to create that sort of like shade, that lampshade, which I think is awesome. The shrubbery all around, again, is just so good. I mean, those rounded windows look incredible. We've got the sort of washing line up the top here, which just looks so cool. I love how they've done that. They've used this sort of this slanted piece here, just to create that, which looks awesome. We've got 2 more chimneys up the top here. You know, hobbits need a lot of chimneys. They do. We've even got a little blue bird, which they added a little blue bird, which is really cool. There's just so much going on here. And again, as I said on the other side, just the hill pieces just really give it that Hobbit vibe, that this is Hobbiton, this is the Shire, this is the levels to this is just insane. Even coming out of the side, like just the different, there is no symmetrical pieces here. This is all different. This is all designed in a different way. The pieces they've used as well, I think, are awesome for this. They've used sort of the rounded pieces. They've used the sort of cut off pieces. I just think it really adds to the set, and it just looks incredible. Even the window up the top here just looks great. I mean, look, this one is different to the others. It's got sort of the opening flaps. You can open this window from the inside, not from the outside. You can open it from the inside. It's even got that sort of arched ledge over the top. Just adding that difference, which I think really matters in a set like this. The details really matter in a set like this, and I love it so much. What I did want to show here as well is that this does have these to connect to the other side of the set. So this part does have these, which will connect to the other side of the set. It has 2 here, and then it has 1 up the top here. This does go down. I don't know why that's not. There we go. It does have 1 at the top there, and that will connect to this part of the set, which obviously you can see has the 3 sort of grippy pieces there that can latch onto that. This part does also unconnect from this part. As you can see, there is actually a line sort of down here. This doesn't connect though with those same pieces. So that actually connects with the clippy pieces, which are a lot more stable and hold on a lot better. These pieces are not as stable. These sort of come off quite easily. I'll give an example. If you just pop it together like so, if you just get it into place and then pop it together like so, and you saw how easily that did go in, but it does also easily come out like so. It comes out really easily. Whereas this side, if you try and see, will not come out as easy because it is on clips. It doesn't come out as easy. Like I'm really trying here to get it out. It doesn't come out as easy, which I'll show you when we take a look at the back of the set. And here is the back of the set, which again also looks great. I love this. It is the inside of the house. If I'm honest, I do think when it was first announced, we would get a bit more of the house. I don't know why I expected that. I think I expected to maybe get like, I don't know, maybe sort of the kitchen area. I think the kitchen was quite a big part of the Hobbit films, but maybe not of the Fellowship of the Ring, which is probably why I was expecting that. But yeah, we didn't, but I love what's inside of this anyway. I think it looks great from start to finish. There is a lot going on here that you don't really realize, but I'm going to get into each bit individually. So if we take a look at this section first, and there is a lot going on in this room. This is sort of Bilbo's writing room. They have used a lot here to create sort of different shapes, and I think look really cool. They've used a pen to create a candle, which is like something I would never have thought of, and I think it just works so well. Like it does look like a candle is sort of the wax is dripping off. They've used the pen piece, recolored it in white, to make it look like a candle, which is just so awesome. That is incredible. We do have a little chair here for Bilbo. I love that they've used that. That's a unique chair. It's very, again, fantasy. I love that. We've got sort of a fireplace with just a little translucent orange piece there. There is a sticker piece of just the sort of this majestical painting almost. And then you can have as well, there is another sticker piece there for Bilbo's, which says deed and compact, something about that, deed and compact. I'm sure it's a reference somewhere. I haven't seen the films in a while, so I do need to re-see the films. And then we do have the pen in a translucent purple as well, which looks cool as it is sort of the ink of the pen. And if you can just see at the back here, there are actually some logs which are really hard to get in shot. There are actually some logs on the next to the fire, and you do get a new piece there, a little tile, a printed log tile piece, and there is a window at the back which you can see as well. And actually what you might be able to see is what I was talking about earlier, which is where this set connects. Just at the back here it connects, which is why it is a lot tighter. It connects via those pieces, and I do see the book has actually just fallen. There we go. So you do actually get a book as this as well, which had fallen, but it does have a sticker piece which says Bilbo Baggins on it. And when you open up the book, I will just show you, when you open up the book, which you can put on the stand, it does have another sticker piece which says there and back again, which is of course a sort of a reference to Bilbo's book, which of course in The Hobbit as well, he writes about his adventures from The Hobbit, and you can just place that on the book stand here as well, and it does just slide on there. It is quite flimsy, it will fall off probably at some point, but it's cool that we have that included. Moving on to the main section of the house, which is the entryway, you can see here that again there is some stuff going on. We have some printed pieces for the carpet, which you can see there. Just there is the printed piece of the carpet. There is a barrel with a sword and an umbrella inside. And we have a chest here as well with a printed piece of sort of the armor that Bilbo got offered during his adventures with the hobbits, with the dwarfs. So as you can see, he has actually got a little compass there and a mug, and then you can see on the door he does actually have these little squiggles, which I think just adds a bit more detail, which is really cool. There's the carpet again there, which is a printed piece, which looks awesome. What I really love about this set is the pieces they've used to create different things, and what I think is really awesome is that they've used these sort of upturned horn pieces to create the coat hangers, and that is just such a unique way of doing that. I think it looks incredible, and then they have sort of used that to create these drawers, which just look so good. Like, they look so good. You can open these drawers. I don't think you can fit anything in them though, if I attempt to. I'm not even going to attempt to, but you can open those, and just look how cool that looks and how fantasy that looks. It's just incredible. But that is the main entranceway part of the set. If we then take a look here at the final part of the set, and this is probably the most interesting part for the inside, that I will get to in a second. It's probably the most interesting part for the inside, if I'm honest. This is sort of the dining room, which again comes with carpet, which looks really cool. I love this carpet, and it's got studs for you to put the minifigures. It does come with a little letter there as well, and again, look, I will get to these. I'm going to move those out there for a second. It does come with a little letter, and it does come as well with a little reference to The Hobbit, which has got the map of the Misty Mountains, and it's got Smaug on there, which is cool. I love that, and a little teapot and a cup. If we just look inside, you can see at the back there is a little acorn and a little glass as well, which is a little bit of detail. And there is some flowers as well, different shades of yellow there, which is nice that they've used that. And then we get to the fireplace, which is a really cool and exciting part. You can see there are Bilbo's mother and father on the pieces there. And don't worry, because something that is really annoying when you're putting stickers on is, I find in LEGO, which I really appreciate about this set, is that sometimes when you're putting stickers on and you're like, especially on these rounded pieces, and you're like, oh god, I stuck it the wrong way. What is really cool about this set is that you can actually just turn these, because they are on just a one stud. They're sort of just attached by one stud, so you can actually turn them to the correct way up that you need to make them both look correct, which is really cool. There is a piece of cheese here, which I thought was really funny. I like that they included that. By the way, these are really cool that they're in minifigure form for one, and these are actually based on Peter Jackson, the director of The Lord of the Rings, and his wife in the film. So that is cool that he kind of has his own minifigure there. And then we get to the fireplace, which is probably the most exciting part of this, as it has our first play feature. So you can actually just turn this nozzle and appears the ring, which is so awesome. You throw in the envelope to the fire and the ring appears. Like, how awesome is that? That literally was a part of the film. That is so cool that we have this. You can literally reenact the film, have Frodo throw in the envelope, and appears the ring, which I think is such a cool thing that they've included. And I do just want to touch on, they have these chairs included, which look awesome. They are different for chairs. They sort of got that up piece here, that sort of piece in there, but they don't stick to the studs, which I'm not too bothered about. It reminds me of the Simpsons house when there's chairs and there didn't stick. It just is a bit frustrating because they are really easy, obviously, to move. But that is this part of the house. That is the entire house, really, in its entirety, which just looks awesome. Moving on from the house, we have our first additional piece of this set, which is the Bilbo Baggins, Happy Birthday Bilbo Baggins, sort of centerpiece of the Shire. Of course, this set is based around sort of Bilbo's birthday. I just want to pull that down because that hasn't gone on properly. There we go, like that. And we get this really, really cool sort of piece to display that. And there is another play feature in this, which is awesome, but I do want to show, we get this banner, this Happy Birthday Bilbo Baggins banner. That is a printed sort of fabric piece, which we get from Lego, which is just so cool that we get that. I love that. And then we do get this design of the barrels, and as you'll see, there are two studs there, and they are there for a reason, which I'll show in a second. And there's a little step here, and we do get this tree design with these colourful sort of lights on them as well. If I just turn it around, you can see the colourful lights a lot better, which I do really love the colourful lights. I have a bit of a reservation about the tree itself, but I love the colourful lights. Just on the tree itself, I feel like it looks very like blocky. Like, it doesn't look like a rounded tree. I feel like, especially as well with the studs, they didn't even use the like flattened pieces. They've sort of used the studs, which I don't know why I would have much use of putting a minifigure on there. It just looks really blocky to me. And the pieces itself, it looks like a dead tree. I can't remember if in the film if it's a dead tree. This tree, unlike the one on top of the house, looks dead. I don't know if that's intentional. And again, it's not really rounded out. It's not complete on the back. That is probably my one reservation about this part of the set, which I guess is a bit of a nitpick, but it does annoy me a tiny bit. I do like that in the branches, you can see here, it's got these sort of pieces where you can move them up and down, so you can sort of twist them up, twist them down, as it has those sort of connecty pieces. But yeah, I'm not really like too sure on that, the tree itself. What I did want to show was the play feature, which is really cool. So they have designed it as well. I do want to say as well, like the levels as well, even on this, they've included the levels, which is really awesome. But they have designed it so you can twist this, which will twist the barrels, if you see there. If you twist the barrels, which is really, really awesome, as you can actually have, if I take Bilbo, you can pop Bilbo on the two studs, like so, and you can have him at the party, and then he can disappear from the party, which is really cool. I think that's a really, really cool feature that they have included there, that you can have him disappear from the party. That is really, really cool. I love that. I do want to just mention as well, on top of the tree, I'm just going to take it down, they also did include the firework dragon that Gandalf creates. Like, how cool is that? We got the firework dragon, and it's such a cool design. The red and the orange just look really cool. It definitely looks like a firework, which is really cool as well. And you do get this transparent piece that does just go on the back of the tree, like so, and you just sort of put it on there, which can have it flying above the tree, and I think it looks really, really cool. But there's that piece. And then we have these two other additional little pieces, which is the birthday cake, which just looks incredible. Let's take a look at this birthday cake for a start. Look how incredible that looks. You've got the little 5 pieces on top. You've got the little flowers, the different shades of the flowers on the top of it. I think that looks incredible. Bilbo's birthday cake looks so tasty, and it's in Lego form. Like, how is that even possible? You've got a little croissant there as well, just a little hobbit food. You've got your glasses, and on this giant table, which is very hobbit size, I just think it looks awesome. It looks so cool. I love the birthday cake. I think it looks great. And then what we do also have is we have a firework piece. So this is sort of the dragon before it becomes the firework dragon, which is cool. It looks really awesome. Again, we just got a little bit of a fern here as well. And a really cool feature of this firework piece is that actually you do get an additional piece come with it. So you get this sort of black fern piece, which is really awesome, as you can actually recreate this coming off. You can take this firework off. If I just take it off, take out the piece of the firework, you can put in the black fern like so, and then okay, so if you grab Merry and Pippin, replace their head pieces, their hair pieces, and then put the fern in, this is what you get. You get Merry and Pippin with their crazy facial expressions, with the blown up firework looking crazy. What an insane detail Lego has put into that. Like, that is so cool that we have that. I am so beyond gassed that we have that in the set. It looks so funny. What a cool detail we have. I really appreciate that from Lego. The final aspect of the set is Gandalf's horse, and this is a pretty standard horse. It's one of your standard Lego horses, but I like it. The legs can move slightly, I believe. Yes, they can move slightly, but I have them in the correct position that I like, so I'm going to keep them there. And it does come with a really cool carriage. It's like an updated carriage. I love those wheels. They look really cool. They work, which is cool. You do get these fireworks in there as well. So you've got those fireworks in there. All different ones. You've got a blue one, a gold one, a dark red, and a light red in this sort of crate piece there. I love sort of that you've got these hump pieces here as well, just a bit more detail, and then the back hump pieces here, and then you've got these here, just creating a bit more to this that they didn't need to do, just making it look a bit more fantasy sort of esque as well. And you do have as well these studs on there as well, which you guessed it, can be for Gandalf. To sit on there, and there is actually room for Frodo as well. If I just pop Gandalf on there, you're advised to take the cape off. I like to keep the cape on, but you are advised to take it off. I assume because, like now, you can't actually... It's really difficult to fit him on there with the cape for the stud to sit on there. So you are advised to take the cape off. But you can sort of fit him on there with the cape on, sort of, somehow. It is kind of weird looking. There you go. You can sort of fit him on there with the cape, like so. And there you can have him with his staff, sort of riding into the Shire, which looks really awesome. So that is all of the pieces of the set. There is actually one more piece to the set, which is this gazebo, which as well looks awesome. I love how it's built. It's very small. It's very small. I guess they are Hobbit minifigures, but it is very small. I would have preferred if we'd maybe got one more, so maybe it was this tool rather than this small, because this is very small. Just for reference, if I put Sam under that, I mean, it works for the Hobbits, but when you put the birthday cake under it, yeah, the birthday cake doesn't fit under it. So... I guess that shows how big the birthday cake is, but it doesn't work for me in that sense, which is sort of a reservation I have about this. It is really cool though that we have this sort of fabric, again printed fabric piece that Lego have given us. I think that's awesome. It looks great. It's just really awesome. And you can see how that is built under there. So that is built with loads of connector pieces and sort of like that. But that is a really cool piece. But let's get this set all in its entirety back together with the characters in place and everything. Let's see how it looks, because I'm so in awe of this set. Here is the set in its entirety, and it just looks incredible. I mean, it looks so good. I think I actually prefer this more than the Rivendell set, just because the Shire is so positive, and it's just such a nice place, and it's such an iconic place of the films, and I think they've got this down to a T. They've really got it in the bag. I mean, you can have Bilbo over here on the birthday display, ready to vanish. You can have Rosie and Mrs. Proudfoot there by the cake. Gandalf coming in with the fireworks. You can have Merry and Pippin there with the firework off. You can have the firework back in there. You can have Farmer Proudfoot over there ready to farm. You can have Frodo sat there outside Bilbo's hobbit hole. I've got Sam there ready to garden Bilbo's garden. Obviously the tent here. There are so many possibilities, and you can put the characters in different areas. You can obviously have Bilbo sat inside the house, ready to sort of write there and back again. You can have Bilbo reading it, you can have him at the top. There are so many possibilities. There's studs everywhere for you to put your characters. It's just insane. I love this set so much. As well, £229.99 is such a good price. It's so refreshing to have a Lord of the Rings set that we don't have to spend £400+ for. It's such a good price. This is a real knockout from Lego. I really think this is worth the money. Incredibly. I mean, just I'm looking at it again, the ferns, the different levels to the house and the different type of ferns. It just looks incredible. But yeah, please let me know what you guys think of this set. Do you have the set? Do you want the set? Are you going to buy this set? Please let me know if you have any reservations. My only reservation would be the tree is a bit blocky, and this part comes out rather too easy, and this part doesn't come out easy enough. But other than that, I really don't have any reservations of this set at all. We get not too many stickers, which I like that there's not too many stickers in this set, in the sense of, one, I don't think it needed them, and two, it's nice sometimes just have a few that mean, have references that you can relate to, rather than an overabundance of stickers that just really mean nothing. But yeah, please let me know what you think of this set. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. It really just helps for the channel. I know I say it every video, but it just really helps because I love to talk about Lego, and I love to, talk about Lego with other people that talk like Lego. So that is really all this channel is for, just to share my love of Lego with others. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you all on the next video.